Hi guys! What I'm going to talk about today is for those who are interested in Korean language for various reasons but don't know where to start. When we learn a language, we usually learn about the alphabet of the letters first, right? So I'm going to talk about Korean alphabet Hangul step by step from now on. But even before I start talking about its names, shapes, and sounds, which should be clear respectively, I'd like to talk about who created Hangul and why he did this, and also the unique features Korean has. The reason why it is important to deal with is that because it is Korean, not any other language. What I'm saying is that there is a definitely unique and special history only Korean has. I mean, I will take this opportunity to show off Hangul. Yay! 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 Wouldn't you want to brag about it if the alphabet of your language is super cool? I'm sure you will feel as proud as I am, as a passionate Korean learner while listening. And if someone asks you, why are you studying Korean so hard one day, please show off the language as I do. It's so corny to always say to marry a K-pop star, isn't it? It will be fun. I will start now.
Hello, I'm Boli, and it's Boli's Korean.
You know what? Hangul is an alphabet with its own name, which is Hoon Min Jung Um. Hoon Min Jung Um. And just like each of our names that our parents and grandparents gave, the name Hoon Min Jung Um has a certain meaning. The meaning of Hoon Min Jung Um is 백성을 가르치는 바른 소리 in Korean. According to National Institute of Korean Language, it is translated as the true sound and letters to teach people. But why does Hangul have a name like a person? Because even if Hangul is an alphabet, there is the father who created it as if it were a human. In that context, do you happen to know the Hoon Min Jung Um's father? Well, this guy, the model for 10,000 won bill. Of course, 50,000 won bill, the highest denomination banknote, was newly came out in Korea in 2009, about 10 years ago. But before that, this 10,000 won bill featuring a portrait of King Sejong in Joseon Dynasty was the highest denomination banknote for 36 years. As you know, not everyone can model for the highest denomination banknote. Of course, as he was a man with great power, some might find him sexy, but Sejong was not an ordinary king, by the way. And he is still one of the most respected historical figures among Koreans. So even today, a lot of musicals and movies featuring him are produced. They are very widely loved. So even now in the 21st century, he is still modeling perfectly. And also he's standing as a statue in Gwanghwamun area of Seoul, meeting all his descendants and all of you from around the world. But why did they make the letters in the first place? At the time, the situation in Korea was that there was a language the Koreans used, but there were no suitable letters, so Koreans at the time had to write it in Chinese letters. But of course, Chinese letters are for Chinese, so there were big and small difficulties in expressing Korean language properly. That's why King Sejong decided to solve the problem in earnest. What we need when something new comes up. If we are not the inventor, we need a guideline on how to use it, right? King Sejong made very kind guidelines on Hangul, which he made it with his own logic in 1443. Do you know the title of the book that is the guideline? The book is also called Hoon Min Jung Um. and he circulated the book in 1446. So Hoon Min Jung Um is the name for two things. First, this is the name of Hangeul, and also the title of the book that describes how to use Hangul. We can see that King Sejong was very smart boss because he didn't make these guidelines roughly and half-heartedly. As I mentioned earlier, literate people at the time used Chinese characters, so he made Chinese version of guidelines. In addition, because this book introduces new characters, he also made a Korean version of the guideline using the newly created Korean alphabet Hangeul. Can't you feel the sincerity and passion of King Sejong? For your information, the Chinese version of the book is called Hoon Min Jung Um 해례본, and the Korean version is Hoon Min Jung Um 언해본. In particular, Hoon Min Jung Um 해례본, the Chinese version, is still preserved and has been designated as a UNESCO Memory of the World. As such, Hangul is the only language that has the birth record of letters. Interesting. In the case of consonants, it is made after the shape of the vocal organs such as a human tongue and mouth, and in the case of vowels, it is a form of the sky and the earth in a person, expressed using dots and lines. Actually, I've covered in detail how consonants and vowels were born. You can see this interesting content by clicking on the link above. To tell you in advance, that is the very first video I made for my channel, so my skills are not that amazing, but I'm sure the content will be interesting and it definitely helped you learn the shape of the letters and also to memorize. Ta-da! The 28 letters are the first created Korean alphabet, and now we use a total of 40 letters. But wait, have you heard of someone saying that Hangul has 24 characters? But I just said we use 40 letters. Why are there different opinions in the number of alphabets? I will talk about this briefly in the next video, so if you like something clear as I do, and if you are interested in this part, please wait for the next video. So, what's your first impression of Hangul? The best thing about it is that it is so easy to write. Don't you think anyone who knows how to draw lines and circles will be able to write beautiful Hangul? Today, I talked about King Sejong's Hangul creation and the various characteristics of Hangul. Next time, as I said, I will deal with the number of the letters and their shapes, names, and sounds one by one in a clear manner. I hope today's content was helpful for many of you. Thank you for watching. Bye!